Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something I realized a couple of months ago. I realized that I am very sensitive. And now you might be wondering, how's that a big deal? Because for my whole life, which is 20 some years, I've always thought of myself as a very thick-skinned, emotionally dull type of person. Like never a sensitive person. Plus nobody called me sensitive, so how would I know, right? So here's what happened. A couple of months ago, me and my boss was sitting down having a talk. And during that conversation, she called me emotionally sensitive, which was very rude. It was very much wrong for her to label me that way, but what really stayed with me was why she said that. Because she meant I think differently from other people. For example, imagine like I am in a friend group, 3 to 4 friends. I'm sitting here and one person says something mean to another, and those words are not directed at me, and I feel extremely uncomfortable just like watching it, having to sit there and watch that. I feel extremely uncomfortable. And I immediately think, how are you so careless to say that? What's happening here is none of my business. But I feel this unspoken responsibility to just step in. I've always felt like it was my duty to mediate, to soften the situation, make sure nobody gets hurt, type of things. You know, Even if that's not my place to do so. And yeah, for the longest time, I thought everyone processed the situation same way I do. I believed that when someone says something mean to another, that has to be intentional. So, like, if I say something mean to you, that means I am desperate to hurt you. But I learned that not everyone thinks that way. It's not that most people want to hurt others, it's just that the level of sensitivity is different. When a friend talks to me about a mistake they made, my instinct is to comfort them, never to talk about their mistake or like point out their mistake. The reason why I don't want to talk about the mistake, I don't want to point out their mistakes, is because, first of all, I think that people learn from their mistakes. So I don't have to readdress that, you know, to, I don't know, remind them about their mistake and hurt them. That's just my thought process. Also, what's done cannot be undone. So why talk about it again, right? So I'm not the type to give like quote unquote practical advice. And also, often I was that friend who made the mistake. And, when I got the, again, quote unquote practical advice, I got hurt deeply. So, which is also why I don't really give people advice, because, I reflect on my experience. I even thought people were trying to prove that they were better than me by talking down on me. They're trying to give me like practical advice. I genuinely thought they had the intention to hurt me. That was not the case. Now I know it. Now I understand that people's thought processes are just different. In the same situation, I think about others' feelings first, and some people don't. And that's okay. That doesn't make them wrong. Neither that makes me right, you know? That's just how I was born. I'm just naturally emotionally sensitive that way. So this probably was the biggest realization that I had last year. It really helped me ease my mind, stop overthinking about, other people's intention. Yeah, looking back, it explained a lot actually, because I've always felt uncomfortable watching people argue, even on the TV show, like growing up, I really struggled to watch some shows. You know how, those are TV shows, there are some characters who always argue with each other. Yeah, I knew they were acting. I knew they're, pretty good friends, in real life, but I struggled watching those shows. Even when that was one of my favorite shows. As a fully grown adult, I still kind of struggle to watch, you know, like shows with, extreme emotions going on, or like, shows with gory scenes. So I was doing a research on the people who feel the same way I do, and I came across this thing called HSP, which stands for highly sensitive person. It's not a disorder or anything, it's just a way of describing, how some people experience the world. Learning about this really helped me accept myself, and I realized that I'm not strange or weak. It's just that I'm sensitive. And understanding this made my life way easier. Well, anyways, if you watch this video and feel like, "Oh, me too," then yeah, go take a questionnaire. That will make things a lot more clear. Um yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll come back whenever I feel like sharing something. Until then, love, Shauna.